Well, hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest 2A propaganda. I must apologize and hang my head in shame. Wednesday, I told you about how Republicans screwed us over on the HPA, and instead of taking silencers off the NFA registry altogether, now they want to keep all the insane process of getting a can and registering it, but reduce the tax for the stamp to zero. I said, when you make a Form 1 can, it's still a transfer tax. But unfortunately, that's false. It is something I have believed for many years, since I did the research for my first Form 1 actually. But in my line of work, I should never rely on my own vast knowledge of federal statute. I should have looked up the text of 26 U.S.C. Chapter 53, because if I did that before writing the script, I would have seen there is indeed a separate $200 making tax. I hate it! Now, of course, I pinned a comment on that video right away as soon as I found out. But the reason I'm leading this video with the retraction isn't just a humiliation ritual. It totally reframes this bill. It means home builders will have to pay $200 while people who buy new and used Whisper Pickles get their stamp for free.
Here's your stamps.
That massively favors manufacturers and retailers, and that makes you think about who is really behind this bill. But before I can get to that, I gotta pay some of my own bills, because it would be literally impossible to produce quality 2A propaganda without sponsors. Today's video is sponsored by Springfield Armory.
Imagine a 9mm carbine with roller delay action just like Kraut Space Magic. Now imagine it didn't have garbage ergonomics. The brand new Kuna from Springfield Armory gives you that roller delayed, smooth recoil you're looking for with reversible, non-reciprocating charging handle and MB absolutely everything.
And by Colt. I know you. You've had enough of store brand and you're ready for the real thing. Whether it's the classic 1911, legendary revolvers like the Python, or truly mil-spec ARs, Colt is the original, everyone else is the knockoff. And by Aguila Ammo. ARs can be hungry little beasties, but rifle ammo usually comes in boxes of 20 when standard magazines hold 30. That's dumb, and it makes puppies sad. So Aguila now packages their 5.56 in 30-round boxes. It's also available in sealed plastic battle packs to keep your ammo tasting fresh for the pocky-lips. So with that out of the way, on to the question. Are silencer dealers and manufacturers conspiring to edge out the home builder? Short answer, I don't think so. At least not in general as an industry. I've been to SHOT a couple of times. I've been to the parties. I know some of these guys, and I know they believe in the right of the people to keep and bear arms. Most of them want their products sold in vending machines and mail order, and they would be happy to sell homebrewers any muzzle devices or parts they need. But there could easily be some weasel out there with the ear of some slimy politician, but I repeat myself. I don't think it's too speculative to connect the dots that somebody in the industry had something to do with this change. So if you work in the industry and you are not okay with this change, please issue an open letter to your Congress critters and tell them to remove suppressors from the NFA altogether. And I want you folks at home to call 202-224-3121 and tell them we see what they did. Tell them to restore the original HPA and the Short Act. Tell them at the bare minimum they need to reduce the tax for home builders as well. And if you need a little motivation to pick up that phone and make the call, consider the limitless horizons which would unfold before us if gun mufflers were removed from the NFA. They would, of course, still be considered firearms under the 68 GCA, but you could make them at home without any paperwork at all, and homebrewers would iterate baffled geometry at ludicrous speed compared to factories and professional shops. They could experiment with wild techniques like lost PLA casting.
This is the way.
That means they could literally make 22 and 9mm cans out of old PBR cans. I mean, they can do those things now, and they are, but being able to openly communicate about it would result in blazing fast innovation, just as it's done for guns. And there would be so many integrally suppressed guns available. It'll be a new renaissance, but you have to do your part. Call 202-224-3121 right now and tell them silencers are safety devices. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, that perpetually punchable coffin surfer David Hogg is probably getting fired.
Finally, some good news.
So the DNC has like 3 co-vice chairs, and this arcane, convoluted way of electing them that requires the same number of males as females. Somehow? I don't really understand how that maths with a 3-seat position, but whatevs. Some broad lost the election to him and has beef now.
Where's the beef?
It's kind of an open secret that party leadership will just dictate what happens regardless of votes, though. So a lot of folks are saying this is really just signaling he's about to get the boot. And I'm saying it couldn't happen to a better person. Why would a gun safety group advocate against teaching gun safety? For years, gun control groups like Moms Looking for Action have tried to euphemistically rebrand themselves as gun safety organizations, but here they are, speaking out against SB 4 in New Hampshire, which would teach age-appropriate gun safety in schools. Maybe because it was never about the guns or the safety. Maybe because it was always about the control, which is exactly why they tried to make people forget about that part.
Just a figment of your imagination.
Andrea Campbell is the Massachusetts Attorney General, and she loves her some gun control. She loves it so much, she donated 50,000 taxpayer dollars to the CEO of a control freak group, according to the Civil Rights Coalition. Less than a month after the CEO of Massachusetts Coalition to Prevent Gun Violence got a $50,000 grant from Campbell, she formed an advocacy group called Yes for a Safe Massachusetts, which is focused on stopping a referendum against the most draconian infringements in the state of Massachusetts. So the Civil Rights Coalition is calling on the state's Ethics Commission to investigate the AG, and they say they'll go to the U.S. Attorney if they have to. And now, for your moment of Zen.
What will posterity say of us if the second right we enshrine in this document is simply guns?
That we don't play.
Damn, that's actually kind of sick.
Yes.
Hello, friend. Do you like pews and pew-related things? Would you like to help us keep delivering you
American pew propaganda at the low, low price of
We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you. No, 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 no. Okay, you gotta go out.